Thank you, Madam Chair. This is Crystal Harvey with Secure Arkansas.
If we could have her in her voice do it, that'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. My name is Crystal Harvey, and I'm with Secure Arkansas.
Thank you. Mr. Mock, you may go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chairman, and members of the committee. This is my first bill ever introduced, so y'all bear with me. It's kind of like riding bulls. I used to rodeo quite a bit, and you're never really ready for it. It just comes your turn, so here I am. Although this bill has a lot of words in it, it is very, very simple. In 1988, unbeknownst to most everyone, especially consumers, the United States Environmental Protection Agency gave up oversight responsibilities for all direct water additives, leaving individual states to voluntarily adopt standards set by chemical manufacturers and the water industry, which the state of Arkansas has done. Unfortunately, the non-governmental body setting up the standards left a loophole on factual monitoring of chemicals added for the purpose of treating humans rather than the water. While the water operator is accustomed to monitoring the effectiveness of a chemical it adds to treat water, the water operator is challenged with rhetoric and endorsements on additives to treat humans. With new discussions of adding lithium or statin drugs or whatever the new fad is to the water, or ongoing discussions about fluoridation, operators shouldn't be stuck in the middle. The core of this language merely calls for the chemical supplier or manufacturer to be accountable for what the product is supposed to do and whether it is safe. It calls for transparency so everyone knows what is going on, and it creates a requirement of full disclosure for documents and data about the product so it is certain to meet our state laws and the industry-wide standards for contaminants. A key feature of this bill is that the water operator has to merely require that a responsible party in the chain of delivery of what actually shows up in the truck provide the information the manufacturer already has to prepare and their declaration of accountability described in the water operator's request for bid, and then make the information available to the public so we can all rest assured that everything is on the up and up and that there is no bait and switch or hidden agenda. The gist of this bill is that it circumvents rhetoric and endorsements and goes directly to accountability for the product delivered. In short, it lets the facts declare themselves. Any questions?
Do we have any questions? Representative Wagner.
Representative Mock, on page...
Representative Wagner, will you make sure your mic is turned on and your...
It is on. I'll get closer. Page 2, line 4, it mentions that public policy discussions have become more prevalent, and that the water operators have initiated the halting the use of, and making changes in the use of fluoridation products. So two things seem to appear. There just have been discussions, which doesn't mean that there has been more products used necessarily, but then it goes on to say that these water operators have made or altered the fluoridation content. Now, are you saying they did that because they were instructed to, or they have just taken it upon themselves to do that?
To my knowledge, both.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
To my knowledge, both.
All right. And so, if some of them have been doing that on their own, then why in line 19, where it talks about the duty of the water system operator, it seems that perhaps we would not want to continue to give that operator the ability to purchase and administer those substances if they have not been doing them correctly and if they have been making changes without authorization. Why are you still giving this responsibility to those people?
Let me let Crystal can answer that question.
Well, first off, what the problem has been all along is that originally, when the original studies were done on the chemical for fluoride, it was done on sodium fluoride. And through the years, they've changed substances or additives to hydrofluoric acid, and that's what's used in Arkansas. And to my knowledge, it's, when we say water operator, that's the person that puts the chemical in the water. Whoever in the chain of authority that orders and makes the bids for the chemical to the manufacturer is who should be responsible to get a declaration from the manufacturer what this bill is asking for. Because like I said, the original studies were not done on hydrofluoric acid. So there's been a bait and switch going on. And does that kind of answer what you were saying?
Almost, but you're saying that these same people have not been the ones purchasing in the past, but you're going to give them the authority
No,
now?
that's who's purchasing at present. But what we're asking for is to have the manufacturer's data that is stated in Standard 60 that they don't have available. So we're getting a little more specific in stating what they need the information that needs to be made available to the public when they order the chemical. Because the chemical right now, according to the CDC, is coming from China and Japan and Russia. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm not real trusting of things that come from Japan, because like our baby's toys were tainted with China. Our baby's toys were tainted with lead. And we want to know exactly what's in this chemical in the country of origin, where it's coming from. And these things are not required in Standard 60 at all.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, seeing no other questions, we have, oh, I'm sorry, Representative Barry.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Going back to that same, on the second page on line 4, where it talks about the prospects of handling lithium, are there any records or indications of anyone using lithium?
Nobody in the United States, about Arkansas or the United States or anywhere in the world. There's nobody adding lithium that I know of. There's been discussions over in Japan and in the British Journal of Psychiatry. There are in fact discussions on that. Does that answer your question?
Not in Arkansas.
May I comment on that?
Please.
It's just future discussions. They've talked about putting lithium in the water. They've talked about putting statin in the water. Now that's future. Present is fluoride. But in the past, in the 1920s, they actually added iodine to the water to treat boredom. And they realized that they could not control the dosage of people that had thyroid problems, so they removed it from the water. So what we're trying to do is to cover past, present, and future in that bill.